this very special episode of the podcast, we revisit the best bits from June. Liverpool clinching the title, Dale's opinion on David Luiz, David De Gea and his goalkeeping performances, strange people from our childhood, and fast defenders. We've got it all here. So sit back, relax, crack open a cold one, and welcome to 4 Manx, 1 Soffy, the highlight reel.
You've got the greatest sort of David Beckham Man United haircut since David Beckham at United.
I was going to say not the Real Madrid
the other day.
Yeah,
he reminds me of that goal he scored at Goodison. That was the haircut he had.
No, I don't remember that.
no, that never happened.
2003, final game of the season.
Free kick, opposite edge of the box.
2-1, I believe.
Didn't feature on the DVD box set, so no. It wasn't on the season review. It's not on Sky. Golden years.
And in game 38, nothing.
League was completed at game 30. We'd survived relegation by that point. Champions League Instagram page posted a video of just a couple of class goals that Henry scored. Because let's face it, he scored plenty, didn't he? And I was just watching. And I don't think I've seen a player like him since he was in the Prem.
Right, back in a minute, boys. Pizza time.
He's the best player I've ever seen in the Prem.
Are you putting him that high?
Yeah.
It's as if he was a ballerina with a football. That's how good
I would argue Ronaldo.
The thing about Ronaldo is Ronaldo reached his peak at Madrid, and it upsets me to say that, but Ronaldo reached his peak at Madrid.
Yeah. He did, but he also scored 42 goals in one season.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I completely fucking agree with you.
I think, for me, Aguero is a striker's up there. But
I feel sorry for Aguero. I feel sorry for Aguero because if he hadn't got injured as much as he has, he would go down as the all-time best. Imagine a fully fit Aguero for how long has he been in the league? 6-7 years?
Yeah.
And he's already like 3rd or 4th in the all-times. He would be the best ever if he'd been
I was listening to TalkSport the other day, and he made a very good point about Aguero, which was the guy was like an out-and-out goal scorer, wasn't he? When he first got to City, he was just banging him, and he was just given like the license to do whatever he wanted. Then Pep comes in. Pep demanded that role of him straight off the bat, which he wasn't getting, which is why he fell out of favour, and then he put Jesus in the team. But Aguero's that good that he fucking tailored his game. He's come back a different player, and he's still as prolific as he was before.
He's incredible.
He's ridiculous.
He's one of them players, though, that can go missing for a few games, and then he'll bang 5 against Newcastle.
Or Norwich.
And then
Rooney was like that, though.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
Rooney was like that.
But at least when Rooney wasn't on, he was still on for the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think when Aguero's off, he disappears for City. And that's where they needed Jesus, Dzeko, Tevez.
Just someone to slip in for him.
Yeah.
Well, what's he like 32, Aguero? He was like 32, isn't he?
I think he's like 32, yeah. But he doesn't look like he's slowing down. He don't even look like he's slowing down.
No, that's the thing. He could probably still get another 20 goals a season for the next probably 3 or 4 years, easy, I reckon.
Yeah. Oh, I think so too. What was it? What do you reckon is a better team then? Blackburn 95 or Leicester?
Leicester.
Yeah.
As in the better win? The better win?
No, as in if, like, I know it's hard to compare teams from like 20 years ago because the game's completely changed. But you put them at the prime there, not as the overall win, as the squad against the Leicester 11 that would win the league.
Oh, Blackburn.
What's the better team?
Blackburn, because Leicester
I think Leicester.
I think
Leicester.
Knowing now what we know, like Leicester have kind of, obviously they've not won the league again, but they've kind of kept it up. And you could argue if they kept Kante and they kept Mahrez.
Mahrez and Kante, that just shows you how influential 2 players can be to a team.
Yeah. Well,
the fact that they lost them and finished 12th the season after,
and then Kante went to Chelsea and won it with them.
Yeah, exactly.
They have now. So think of the star players for Leicester now. Obviously, still Vardy.
Yeah.
But the two standouts for them this season have been Maddison and Chilwell.
Yeah.
I'd say Soyuncu. I'd say Soyuncu.
Yeah, I was going to say Soyuncu.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, you can. Fair enough. You can throw Soyuncu in there as well. Add that onto the three big players that they've lost. And the three big players that they've lost Kante, they've lost Mahrez, and they've lost Maguire.
Harry Maguire, yeah.
You keep them at Leicester, that's a title winning side. Leicester would have been pushing for it this season, I think.
I don't know.
No, I agree because I put Mahrez and Kante. I put all three of them at that level. Like those three. Mahrez has proved it at City. Kante's proved it at Chelsea. Maguire was starting to prove it in the last few 10, 15 games. Like they are title winning players. Dial up a Meccano.
Do you know what? I saw a lot of people slating him last week.
Oh,
he had one bad game.
I've watched every Leipzig game and he is top.
Yeah.
He looks like a quality defender.
He looks almost as good as Kalidou Koulibaly, probably.
I've never seen anything of him. It's fucking Farmers League, Italian league. Ronaldo's gone there because he's admitted his career is finished.
Didn't Ronnie miss a penalty tonight?
Yeah, he did.
He missed. I watched a bit of it. He missed a few really good chances as well.
Good. He missed a penalty and then I think he got sent off.
Oh, Rebic got sent off. Fucking, he nearly killed fucking Danilo. It was awful.
Foot to the collarbone. Why are you putting his foot
to the collarbone?
Yeah, ball was in the air and he just jumped up, studs first, straight into his chest.
Why has he done that?
Don't know. And then they were arguing.
Croatian, innit?
So the ball was in the air. The ball was in the air, was it?
Yeah.
Hey, footballer, use your head. Do you know what? He could still do He could still do a job at some Premier League teams. I think. I
like David Luiz. He just needs a manager to chill him out.
Yeah.
He's a great leader as well. He's a very good leader at the back.
Might be a good choice for a new promoted team.
I bet he's laughing his fucking cock off because he's fucking absolutely dog dirt and he's getting paid about 200 grand a week.
He looks like he's got everything you need to be a top centre back.
He's just a big beast, isn't he? Like he's a commanding,
him, Upamecano, Varane, all cut from the same cloth, aren't they? Massive, really quick, dominant in the air, and quick. That's the modern day centre back.
Massive, really quick, dominant in the air, and quick.
Shite.
Did I mention they're fast?
He's quick off the line. He can do a good job over 100 metres.
Quick reading of the game.
Rapid, fast, quick, fast.
Agile.
Bang.
He's got a better pace about him. Not short of a yard.
You get my point, right? They're fucking quick.
Because that's what people love to do. People love to take things out of the context of mention, and people love to take snippets of a conversation, and not blast out the full entire
things out of context.
narrative.
The same happened with Raheem Sterling the other day. Raheem Sterling, the newspapers the other day, and Sky Sports, the only quote that they showed was, "Racism is the only disease in the UK." Excuse me. I'm pretty certain if you went through the whole interview, those were not the words he said.
No.
There's no way. But because it's Sterling, who is, I'd say, number one for racism in this country,
he's public enemy number one, yeah.
I feel so sorry for that lad.
You know why
he's another one who's come from the bottom end of nothing, and made it into a global. Let's be honest. On his day, he's one of the best players in the world. People don't like it. People do not like that because he's come as nothing.
In the world.
Yeah, people don't like that because he's nothing. He's come from nothing. They don't like success stories. They like shitting on people.
And he's black.
Do you know what doesn't help?
And he's black, yeah.
Do you know what doesn't help though? This fucking smear campaign that has been going on for years from the fucking Sun and the other rags can going on about, Raheem Sterling has this many kids. Raheem Sterling flashing his money again and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
You don't hear. You're like, fucking hell, man. You've got listen. I love Wayne Rooney. He's a United legend. I will stick up to Wayne Rooney through anything. But you don't hear a word about Wayne Rooney when he's going off shagging grannies, yeah, and he's going off doing the dirty in LA, like getting absolutely fucking hammered and chatting up birds in fucking hotel lobbies and shit like that. But Raheem Sterling goes and buys his mum a house or something like that, and he's flashing.
He gets a tattoo.
What? Who cares, man? He's a young lad who is balling. He is one of the best footballers on the planet, yeah. And
we should be putting all of our hopes on him to bring international success back to this country. He is the closest thing we've got to Mbappe, Neymar, Messi. Like, I'd argue on his day, he's number 5 in the world.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
I mean,
why are we not lauding him as the next number 1?
I'll put Messi and Ronaldo. Let's face it, Messi and Ronaldo are game winners. Even Ronaldo at 35. Is Ronaldo 35 now, is he?
Yeah.
Even at 35 years old, he's a match winner. Take them out of the equation. Who in the world's better than Sterling? Who?
From being where I'm from, like, you two know what Hyde's like. Lee, you've been here occasionally.
Yeah.
It's a nothing town. Apart from Hatton, our claim to fame is Harold Shipman.
You know what? Liverpool fans, like, they just live and die for their team, don't they? And as much as they wind me up sometimes, that club,
you've got to respect it.
Got to respect that.
Got to respect it.
Like the shit they come out with about Kevin De Bruyne recently on Twitter, like Kevin De Bruyne wouldn't get in our team, and you just think like, I respect the fuck out of that hustle, because that is a blatant.
I love that you rate Gini Wijnaldum so highly that you think he starts over Kevin De Bruyne.
He just live and die by it, don't he?
The thing is as well with the Scousers, and I'm talking the older ones because I work with a few older ones, they've seen the good where they won like the 18 titles, and then they've also seen what we've seen, because to us Liverpool have been a joke.
Yeah.
Like they have that way. What we know as Liverpool is what we are to them now.
Yeah.
So
100%.
the older fans I fully respect because they've seen the great and they've seen the shit. They've seen going from Robbie Fowler to Ricky Lambert,
Andy Carroll,
Balotelli, Fabio Borini.
Greeny.
Like they've seen the dead.
Anthony Latalik.
Yeah, like they've seen a David Ngog.
Cinema Pongol.
Like they've seen all of it. They've seen all of it. And for them fans, now they're going to win a title. You know what? Fair enough. Yeah. I don't care. You deserve it. You've gone through 30 years of nothing.
At least,
it hurts. But
there's been a lockdown.
The 16-year-olds that hide behind a Bobby Firmino picture on Twitter. But you don't know anything, lads. You don't know anything.
It'll come back to bite.
They're the ones I don't care about.
Roberto Firmino, he's not even in your top 11, right? Best players, and he plays every week. I'll leave that there. You figure that one out.
Liverpool will jump at a new striker as soon as they can get one.
Do you know who's won the league? Do you know who's won the league for Liverpool this year?
Henderson.
Mane.
Henderson, Trent, and Robbo, and Van Dijk.
And Mane, I'd say.
See, I'm going to put Robbo there as well. I think Robbo is the best left back in the world at the moment.
Robertson's the best left back in the world. Do you know the difference between Robertson and
Alexander-Arnold? Alphonso Davies.
No, he's not.
Kid.
He's not won what Robertson won.
He's not won it, but he will do.
The thing with Robertson is...
So it'll be good then, but not yet.
Yeah. And
the thing with Robertson is, lads, and it hurt. Trust me, you know how much I hate Liverpool. Like, it hurts me saying this. Robertson reminds me an awful lot of Dennis Irwin.
Yeah.
He's just Mr. Consistency. Yeah. He's just consistent. I don't think I've ever seen Robertson. I've seen Robertson have an average game, but even when he's having an average game, he's still having a good game.
You've never seen him have a bad game for Liverpool. No. Not his first season. Maybe he had a few shaky ones, but
of course
after that, he's been brilliant.
Yeah, I'm Josh. I'm not even drinking alcohol at the moment. I'm on a brew. It is worrying, really, isn't it? Oh yeah, it's 5 lads, talking football, having a couple of beers. I'm on a brew. He's on a water. Lee might as well be drinking water because he's on a can of Carlin.
Yeah, well. I was thinking to myself, when you both said a brew and water, I was thinking to myself, you could have just fucking lied, couldn't you, for the first podcast?
I really did think about it and then thought, nah, I'm a man of integrity. Don't let that silence fool anyone.
They used the wrong tagline for Carlin, didn't they? Like, it's good, but it's not quite Carlin. It should have been, it's good, but it's not, but it's because it's fucking Carlin.
No, it should be, it's good. Full stop.
Yeah.
It's good, but it's not quite as good as all the other beers.
It's
Carlin,
good, but there
it's
are
middle of the road.
1,000,001 other options.
Hey, shut up. I'm trying to get myself a sponsorship here.
Carlin, it's all you had left.
I saw something on Twitter, I think this morning, and it showed Klopp's first game in charge and the team that he had.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And I think there was 3 players in there that are still there now, which was Milner, Lallana, and Origi.
2 of the 3 that don't even start.
So, well, that's what I was going to say. Well, Milner's sort of in and out. These sort of first team on the brink of it, but the other 2 are sort of squad players, aren't they?
Yeah.
So you look at that, and what's he been there now? 5 years. He's completely overhauled the entire squad in 5 years, and basically almost won 2 league titles. If you look at last year and just obviously what City did, but in 5 years he's pretty much overhauled a starting 11 and got a fairly decent sort of bench.
Yeah.
So
just write this one off. Just write this year off. Like, whoever won whatever, I'm not bothered. It's insignificant.
Null and void.
We're only 2 games in now since obviously the restart, but if you go back to sort of before that, they've got 1 win in 7, 2 wins in 10.
Shite Diners.
And I'm looking at the and I'm looking at the fixtures, and they've got to play us last game of the season. They've got Tottenham in there. They've got Arsenal in there. They've got Everton next, away from home. There's
5-0 Everton.
Not the way we're playing.
Mendy was how is he a professional footballer and I'm not?
He's shite.
Shit.
Can we just go over that, because he cocked up, but then when you as a footballer, Danny, when you make a mistake, you're making up for it. You're going in, getting that ball back. He timidly tried putting his foot in front of him and then sort of backed out, like dragged it back out again.
It was awful.
Hurt him. What was that about?
You have two choices as a recovering defender there. You just run with him and just try and hold him off as long as you can. You push him wide so he's uncomfortable on his weaker foot. Yeah. Or you clean the fucker out.
Yeah.
You clean him out.
You've
got Gundogan next to you and you've got De Bruyne tracking back. You're not getting sent off. It's the 30th minute. You're not getting a red card there.
Don't take it away from Pulisic, though. Like, he had a lot of fucking work to do.
Yeah.
He had a lot of work to do.
The composure was brilliant.
Oh,
it was like, who did it at Stamford Bridge? Martinelli for Arsenal, where Kante slipped. And everyone was like, oh, it's an easy goal. He was unchallenged. It's an 18-year-old kid had to run from the halfway line in the biggest game he's ever played and then slot it past the keeper. Like, Jesus Christ, give the kid some credit.
Who actually wants to come to Arsenal now? Who's gonna come? Aubameyang must be sitting there thinking,
what did I do?
I've got to get out of here.
Aubameyang came because of Mkhitaryan. Aubameyang literally came to play with his mate and then got loaned out to Roma.
They've just won the first Premier League title. Last season they lost it by a point. They've also won the Champions League final. They lost the Champions League final. So that's it. That's what's happened in 5 years. Now, if you take Arsenal's starting lineup now, you think how much that can change from there.
Can we just go back to when they lost it? Can we just talk about that?
Let's go back to when Liverpool lost the Champions League title.
If they were playing a real challenge, they would have lost it last year. They bottled it.
Best part of that was the fact that Bale scored an absolutely outrageous
the best Champions League goal ever scored.
And even Steve McManaman, bless Steve McManaman, like he is ride or die Liverpool, and you've got to respect the fuck out of that. Even he was like, oh, it's a fucking top class goal out of there.
We can't
That's
take
sickening.
the piss out of any goalkeeper palming footballs into their own nets as Man United fans here. We remember David. I saw it the other day.
Our goalkeeper doesn't palm into his own net. He punches it into his own net. What fucking goalkeeper goes down for a save that's in his body with one palm up and one fist out?
It doesn't.
I
make
don't know
sense.
what's going on with it.
Do you know what? Right, I've always said that I hate goalkeepers that double punch any cross. If you can put two fists out together, you can fucking put two palms out together and catch it. There's absolutely no excuse for it.
I disagree. I'd rather a keeper, if he's not confident in catching it, I'd rather he punches the fuck out of that for a throw-in rather than him trying to catch it, palm it down, and a striker knock it in.
Nah, you see, this not confident of catching it is not swimming with me because they paid 300 odd grand a week. Like, I want them to catch a baseball knocked at him at 100 mile an hour if I'm paying them that much.
Without sounding like a prick, have you ever played goalkeeper?
FIFA.
Without sounding like a prick, here's the most prick thing I've ever said in my life. I love David De Gea, and he's been a fantastic servant to United. And he's been our best player at times, and he's fucking safe. He's got us into Europe and stuff at times.
Yeah.
But that goal against Spurs the other night, like, honestly, I watched that, I saw it happen, and I thought to myself, I'd do anything now to go back in time and be the cunt stood next to the fax machine, booting it, getting it to fucking work.
From an outsider point of view, if I've got to go back to what Lee said about how much he's getting paid a week. How much is he getting paid a week? Somebody just give me the figure.
He's 350 grand at United, I'm sure.
Billion.
No, surely not.
I think it is.
He's got to be 250 grand a year, Ranny. He's got to be.
I would have said that.
He's a top player.
I know he's
200, 250.
He's the top
10.4 million a year.
Let's talk real terms now. 250 grand, he gets taxed. So he's probably taking about 150 grand take home. I'm not being funny, right? Coach from Atletico Madrid or not, if you're paying me 150 grand after tax, I'm catching chlamydia every week for you.
Yeah. Someone, somewhere might hold you to that one day. Every single day.
I'm happy for them to test that.
Okay, now. Comes into the box, VD!
How are Brighton going to survive again?
They've done what they need to do. Like, just ground out results. That result against Arsenal was brilliant.
Fighters, aren't they?
They're just scrapping. That's the difference.
No, it's Guendouzi is a scrapper.
He wants to leave, you know.
Good.
Of course he does, the shite.
I always think about it now. Whenever I see like Nadal or Federer or Djokovic in full flow, I always think, I wonder if one of their coaches along the way has said to them, "Low to high, eat your pie." And I've always remembered it. It's just always stuck with me, that has.
Lee's just fucking out at his fucking old PE teacher as a nonce.
Do you not remember the chinny toe, make a bow, let it go? With the shot put, chinny toe, make a bow, let it go.
He had loads, didn't he? He had loads of them. I can't remember. I forgot about that one.
He was making rhymes for shot put. Just say launch it. That's all you need to say.
Yeah. Throw it as hard as you can. As far as you can, as strong as you can. Chinito, make a bow, let it go.
That makes sense.
He's making a rhyme for that.
To be fair, did you have any nonces that came out in school? Any even in your year group? Or
wow, this is taking a dark turn. I tell you what, I've got a story
on this road.
Can't name names.
I'm surprised it's taken us 2 episodes.
So when I was a kid, I used to live in fucking West Didsbury in Manchester, rough
this
area.
Is definitely getting dark now.
Oh no, mate, this is darkness. And there was a guy who was living on the same road as me, and I was probably only about 7 or 8, but he had GTA 3. Do you remember when GTA 3 came out?
Yeah.
And it was
San Andreas.
No, it wasn't San Andreas. You know, it was the first GTA though, where you could actually physically instead of having the overhead view like the first 2 GTAs, you had that first person view, didn't you? So it was the first one where you could like wander around open.
Oh, the Liberty City one.
That's 4. That's 4. San Andreas was first.
No, San Andreas is 5. Vice City was 4.
Vice City came out before San Andreas. And
You're right. Yeah, it was
Liberty
GTA
City.
3. Yeah.
Liberty City, yeah. So this guy used to live on the road, and I don't even remember how I started speaking to him. But he was just like, "Oh, do you want to come in and play GTA?" Like, grown man, do you want to come in and play GTA 3? Right, so it's like, all right, then, yeah, cool. So I'm just this kid playing GTA 3 in this grown man's house. And United had do you remember Nantes, French team Nantes? Green kit, horrible, shiny. Then you played in the Champions League 1 season. Link it back to football. It's a football podcast, why not? We were playing Nantes in the Champions League, and he turned around to me.
And he was playing Nantes.
He was like, yeah, that's exactly what he was fucking playing. Like, the Nantes from fucking Nantes. He turned around to me and he was like, "Oh, I've got tickets for United versus Nantes. You should come with me to the game." Like that. So I'm going running back to the fucking house to my mum going, "Oh, fucking..." I didn't say fucking, obviously, I was like 7 or 8 years old. But he's got tickets to United. He wants to take me to a United game to go see United and Nantes in the Champions League. Can I go? And my mum at the time was like, "No, absolutely fucking not." But at the time you're so naive, you don't understand.
Get it,
you just
yeah,
think,
you
like,
don't understand
what's
it.
going on?
You're
And
just
about
getting
10
groomed,
years
weren't you,
ago,
mate?
about 10 years ago, it finally clicked. I was talking about it with my mum, and she was like, "Yeah, he was a weirdo, and he got arrested him, And I was like, "Oh, kiddie fiddler, okay."
Do you know what? Right, that reminds me of a story.
Why have you all got non-stories?
No, it's
What's
not
wrong
mine.
with
This
you
one.
all?
It's not mine. It's not mine.
Fucking
This
hell,
one,
mate, you live in Hyde. The chances are you live with one.
Jesus. Right, delete that.
No,
Delete that.
no. Keep that in. That carries on from the Harold Shipman last week.
Oh.
Leave that in.
Oh, God. No.
I don't want to tell my story anymore. It won't beat that.
Oh,
Should we just call it a night, boys? It's not getting any better than
Please,
that.
Fucking hell.
please, so anyway, when Murray won Wimbledon,
This is not how I was expecting this to go.
Linking it back to Brexit, how about them Tories?
Right, well, there's all my shit on the floor. I'm just going to walk off now.
Who eats half a burger at Mackey's? Come on, they're like 2 bites and that's it.
I know.
well, I get
I know.
Fillet
Course it
fish,
is.
so, I can't really talk.
No, you don't
Yeah,
get
you really
fillet
can't.
fish. I'm
No, he
not
does.
having that.
Me and Josh have witnessed it, mate, honestly. And do you know what his argument is as well? And I'll always remember these 2 points. It's 99p, and because no one ever orders them, they're always fresh.
Well, I'm sorry, but you were calling out nonsense a minute ago, but you've just outed yourself there. What about Harry Kane then? Does he need to move somewhere to win something?
yeah.
Yeah, he does. He's not winning anything at Spurs.
No.
But Kane's got age on his side. He's only 26.
Hmm.
But where's Kane going to go? And who's
Yeah,
gonna
where
afford
is he going to go? He's not going to go to Madrid.
United.
Yeah, I think
You reckon?
United.
If he moves anywhere, he comes to United. I don't see him in any other outfit.
We all know what Dale thinks of him.
Dale would say.
Hey.
Absolutely dogged it.
Do you know what the worst part is as well?
Absolute robbery, that is. Fucking
I even
robbery.
said he could do a job.
Yeah, he did. And then he did that.
Oh, what hindsight! What a fucking week he had. Jesus Christ!
Nightmare.
But imagine being that shit at your job and then getting a contract extension. Like, that's the Arsenal way, that. That is the Arsenal way.
It's because they haven't got an immediate replacement lined up, and
They haven't got anyone. Their defence is dire.
They need him in there for now on a 12-monther because they can't get anybody else in. I mean, let's face it, Arsenal struggled to get a defender in for a while. They got Mustafi in. That says it.
The lad that they brought in, the Spanish one, I can't remember his name, Pablo Morris, maybe something like that. He was a short-term loan that they've managed to give it. They've signed fucking Cedric.
Yeah, Cedric Suarez.
Like, Southampton fans were laughing when he went.
Do you know what? A perfect signing for Arsenal, and this might sound mental, but a perfect signing for Arsenal would be Phil Jones. Like,
and on that note, we are ending things right now because Lee's hit that level of drunk where he's not talking any sense. No chance.
Genuinely on Twitter, Arsenal fans think they're signing Deo Upamecano.
Have you not heard how quick he is?
Yeah.
He's so quick. You say it twice, innit?
Exactly.
I think. How's everyone felt about the first episode? That's it. We're done. I'm dying from piss.
I hated it. I never want to come back ever again.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the podcast. To support us, please follow us on social media by searching for @4manx1toffee on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. You can also subscribe to the podcast on all major podcast stations, including Spotify, Google and Apple Podcasts and Anchor, as well as YouTube. Just search for 4manx1toffee. Thanks from myself, Lee, Danny, Dale and Josh, and we'll catch you next time.